Hey guys, it's Rifkin and it's Zeph once again with another Heart of the Swarm replay, and we find ourselves once again on Newkirk City. If you guys enjoy our casting here today, you can find our Twitter information down below. But Zeph, who do we have spawning on this map?
On the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have our red Protoss. It is Murdercore.
And his opponent, spawning opposite of him, it is the blue Zerg, FXOHappyzerg. Now, has been pinged on the map here. We do have a probe coming out very, very early, and I'm curious. I mean, I've heard some things about these players. I don't want to go into any spoilers because I've heard things getting this replay, but Murdercore setting himself up to do something a little cheeky, and there goes the pylon. At the same time as the good luck have fun. That is the ultimate kind of FU timing.
Yeah.
Now, a little bit of history on Slavic here. I mean, first off, I think it's pretty safe to say this is not going to be a proxy forge. This will most likely be a proxy 2-gate. Slavic is one of the few Zerg players I know who has fought probably the most proxy gates in his career on StarCraft. So he's very, very, I don't know, capable, I guess, of handling this. But I mean, if it catches you off guard, it doesn't matter how good you are, you'll still lose that game. So he's got to get some sort of wind of this. He's got to scout it. The Overlord's on the way, but it's so slow. And this probe timing for the scout, this is actually really cheeky because this is about right.
Yeah, definitely is. It's actually this is pretty much exactly the time that it usually comes in off a pylon scout. So yeah, well, this Overlord at the natural also hasn't gone out any further. Perhaps if you probed it out just to check, you would have seen it, but.
Oh no, this could be really bad. And it looks like, but I mean, okay, he went pool first. He went pool first. He's got that much going for him. If he goes hatchery next, he could be in a bit of trouble. Now here's kind of the coin toss I find with this. Sometimes this hatchery is really good because it provides the larva and the reinforcements from behind. Alternatively, sometimes it's a big waste of money because it just dies so freaking quick.
Yeah, definitely. You can't really hold it unless you have enough links. You need 4 links per zealot to be able to take one out. So it's going to be tough. He kind of needs to have spine crawlers going down right now. He's only got 2 lings on the way and a queen. Queens are great against zealots, but it looks like Murdercore's actually going to wait until he has like 4 zealots.
I like this. Okay, no, sorry. I hate cheese. Don't get me wrong. But I like the way he's handling this, because if he were to rush in with 1 zealot right away, that would tip his hand. Slavic would know immediately. Sorry, Happyzerg would know immediately what's up. But by waiting, getting that big number up, he's going to get in here, and suddenly it's going to be like, oh, well, son of a gun, what do I do? Yeah, pick up that probe's real nice. Here come the 3 zealots, though. 4 zealots, even. And I mean,
Durin has seen what's up.
This is good. Okay, there's a spine crawler. He's got to keep the spine crawler alive. A second spine crawler, even. I mean, if these... the zealots do so much damage to drones, though, Zeph. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very easy for them to force the cancel the spine crawler, too. The drones are forced to fight and then migrate out of the way. The queen is doing a great job on one of them.
I like this, though. He's actually drawing the attention. I mean, sure, he's going to sacrifice some zealots. Wow, that drone went flying. But, yeah, he's going to sacrifice some drones, but if he keeps this spine crawler alive, it's just got to get up. Even with a little bit of health, it can help a lot. But okay.
Wow, he's doing a fantastic job so far. He's killed 2, almost 3 zealots. There's the 3rd one. There's the 4th one going down. And he's only lost 8 workers so far. That's a bit, but it's not devastating. Our Protoss player is only on 11 workers.
Yeah, but he's definitely down on workers right now, but Murdercore is not going for the hatchery. I actually really like this. He's blocking off the ramp. Now, he's got to send something to that hatchery. If he lets his hatchery go, I mean, the larva, the possibilities to go mine here instead of the main, I mean, this could be really bad for a Happyzerg. But I mean, right now, with these spine crawlers up, these zealots can't push in. He's going to need at least 6 zealots to take on 2 queens, spine crawlers, and whatever amount of zerglings are there.
Yeah, for sure. He's starting to whack away at that hatchery now, but I think he's kind of realized this hasn't gone quite as well as he had hoped. And so he's gone back to pro production. It looks like he's going to try and expand, but he's trying to make some sort of a wall first.
There's 2 really cool things happening right now. First off, Slavic did manage to sneak out a couple Zerglings. Sorry, Happyzerg. Managed to sneak out a couple Zerglings. He's going to go on the offensive with this because he knows his opponent has nothing at home. Secondly, he's spreading creeps so he can get the spine crawlers up in an opportune position. There we go. Spine crawler is in fact moving forward. So I mean, these are the precisely exact steps you need to deal with this. Now the probes have been pulled, but I mean, if microed correctly, these 2 Zerglings could actually do some pretty devastating amount of damage. Unfortunately, the hatchery does go down. But I mean, look how many zealots are here. Jesus.
Yeah, that is a
and the second spine is not burrowed, Zeph.
Oh,
There's a lot of Zerglings, though.
Queens. They
Some
can buy time, they can
transfusing.
block. Nice transfuses.
Oh, but it's gonna go down. No, a second one goes off! Can he get a third? No, the spine crawler does in fact go down. But he cleans up the zealots for the cost of a spine crawler.
Sick.
That was 100% worth it.
That was awesome. Now he can go back to expanding. He's got 14 drones to 18 probes. That's fine. I mean, he can produce workers faster than the Protoss can. Not only that, but he was harassing a little bit in the Protoss base with those 2 links that you mentioned.
Yeah, they were
Forced the probes to lose a little bit of mining time too.
They were cleaned up, but here we go. Cannon's coming down. A big full wall off. I mean, HAPPYzerg is not going to get into the space here. And I should preface this, for those who don't know, FXOSlavic is also FXOHappyzerg. He swaps the names around a little bit, so you're going to hear me refer to Slavic a couple times. Not on purpose, it's just what we've been calling him for like 2 years.
Yeah.
He is, though, HAPPYzerg once more. But okay, Cannon's up, will drive HAPPYzerg away from the base. He's got to go home and find those the gateways, I feel. I mean, he is... Okay, he has actually scouted them. So he needs to go take these out.
He's just gonna chill for a bit. Medico's actually being really careful with his wall because it's kind of a wonky wall. He has 3 pylons as part of his wall. Definitely not what you want. So he's dropped a second cannon to be a little bit more safe while he takes his expansion. And yeah, HAPPYzerg's just gonna go and clean up these gateways. If you can get the pylon, yeah, there we go. Medicore actually cancels those units.
Yeah, you have to consider when you knock down a hatchery that early, it 9 times out of 10 is going to prompt your opponent to go for a 1 base all-in, be it Roachos, Baneling Bus, something. So getting that second cannon up was nice because, as you said, if Baneling Bus was the choice, this is a very weak wall.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. The Nexus is down, and we of course know that Zerg has only just started to get some gas in this case, so he does have enough for speed now. But it looks like he's going for the macro rate. Actually, Overlord speed coming along.
Stargate is also a very interesting choice here. Now, if he goes for the classic Phoenix follow-up to this, I feel it could do a bunch of damage. But I would kind of also like for him to do some Oracle play. As right now, HAPPYzerg is, I mean, he's in the process of recovering. He doesn't know that this is coming. And if it's kind of like, surprise, Oracle's in your base, you're going to pick off so many workers.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, at the very least, with the Overlord speed just finishing up now, he does have some nicely positioned Overlords so he can see what's going on, and he will be able to just sweep over the base and see that if he chooses to sacrifice the one that's just outside the main inn.
Void Ray, though, being the choice, so, I mean, this seems to be a popular air choice in Heart of the Swarm. I don't know that I agree with it. If you can get some damage off with it, it'll be nice, but... Oh man, this Overlord, with that speed upgrade, Zeph, should actually get in here, and yes, he does see the Stargate. He's got to hang around and see what comes out, though, because this is very important. Depending what comes out will completely affect the reaction. Now, seeing the Void Ray first, he's going to probably feel a little better about this than if there was, like, an Oracle popping out. But either way, I imagine we'll see some Spore Crawlers come down shortly.
Yeah, definitely. In Heart of the Swarm, you do not need the Evo Chambers to drop those spores, so that's going to be helpful for him because he does not have an Evo Chamber. But yeah, I think the good thing about the Void Ray is that it just adds that little bit of burst damage to like finish off a queen or something. Because sometimes you see Phoenixes, they come along and try and lift something, and then they can't quite finish it off, so they have to use some more energy to lift it again. But that said, there are no Phoenixes here. There's a second Stargate and another Void Ray.
And he's going to come here and find the Spore Crawler just barely completing. Now overcharging on the Overlord. Going to be, yeah, will in fact catch it, but be forced to chase off from Queen and the Spore Crawler. Just too much damage for that Void Ray to deal with.
Yeah, and the tech choice for HAPPYzerg is indeed going to be the Hydra Den.
I like that. I mean, it's a pretty good anti-air thing. He's just got to be careful he doesn't get caught going for something like Colossus. If Murdercore goes for Colossus and you've got a ton of Hydralisks, you're going to be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, but on the flip side, I mean, if you only have an air army and you don't have Colossus, if you come up against a huge, say, Hydraling army, you'll probably die.
Wow, so... we've got double Void Ray production. I'm a little shocked at this because double Void Rays, I mean, okay, you've poked in, you've given away the fact that you have air, you have to assume your Zerg opponent will have Hydralisks on the field. It's Heart of the Swarm, they're really good all-around units now, they're not just for one specific niche situation, they're kind of now all-around units that you, well, quite frankly, have to expect your opponent to have.
Yeah.
And Void Rays, they don't have bonus versus light, they're flimsy. I don't like that he's continuing the production. In fact, he should scout these Hydralisks here, yeah. So he knows 100% they're out.
Yeah, and at the same time, HOTS sacrifices another Overlord in and sees the 3 Void Rays and a double Stargate, so he has confirmation of what's going on right now. A Robo has been dropped from a Murdercore, but still he is committing to those Void Rays very hard, even mixing in an Oracle now.
I think this is to try and deal with the Hydras. He wants that bonus light damage in order to deal what he can. But, I mean, as we've seen in the past, Oracles are quite flimsy units. As in your words, precisely paper thin.
Yeah, they don't like to take a lot of hits. And the Hydras are actually coming up to the front door here to see if they can do something. There's only a couple of sentries, but he needs to be careful.
Yeah, the Hydra's actually not taking too much damage. But now turning around on the Void Rays, both units, I mean, the Void Rays are charged, I don't know why, it doesn't make them do bonus. But that Oracle doing so much damage to the Hydralisks.
Wow.
This will in fact chase them off, and with the muscular augments on the way, I mean, right now, they don't look that slow, but they're about to get really fast.
Yeah, that's actually a crazy amount of damage. This is why the air is so popular. I mean, yeah, I think he lost 1 Void Ray out of that, but 1 Void Ray for like 8 Hydras or so, that's not too bad.
Well, the Oracles, I mean, I think if HOTS had targeted the Oracle first, that would have been a different story. Because, yeah, targeting the Void Ray when the Void Ray's not doing all the damage, but the Oracle's coming at you with, like, yeah, 25 damage versus light at a 0.86 attack speed. Ugh.
Maybe. I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of damage in the air anyway, but yeah, eliminating those Oracles as soon as possible is definitely going to help you combat those Void Rays. So what else do we have going on? Murdercore seems to be dropping a bunch of stuff right now.
Yeah, we got a ton of gateways on the way. 5 more being constructed on top of the 2 that are already down, with a Warp Prism following this up as well, or rather already on the field. He's going to get into HOTS' main, and quite frankly, Zeph, I mean, on one hand, the tech structures aren't here, so that's okay. But on the other, with this small ramp, in fact, is this sentries inside the, no stalkers, so no force fields will keep this out.
Yeah, this is really interesting attack, like for an army composition, but he cannot get stuck. The Oracle scouts it. I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice rather than losing a Warp Prism and like 5-6 Void Rays. But
I don't know why he's got this full of stalkers though. He knows what his opponent has, and stalkers are not the best thing versus Hydras. But okay, the Warp Prism goes down immediately. So will these Void Rays, and the stalkers. I mean, that's Hydralisks for you.
There's just no chance of an attack like that working right now, and HOTS has some sick creep spread going this game, and it's only getting better and better. Plus, with the spores that he has in his main base to help him defend, he can now stick those on the side of his main as he's doing, and that kind of shuts down a lot of that sort of Warp Prism or Void Ray harass.
Alright, we've got Colossus, we've got Extended Thermal Lens coming. This is the right choice, but I feel Murdercore should have made this choice, say, I don't know, 8 minutes ago rather than just now.
Yeah.
I mean, these will help, but let's consider there's not a lot of force fields available. He's actually taking it out of his own forge to get out of the base. I'm questioning that move. But, I mean, I kind of feel like this is a desperation play. He knows how far behind he is from the fact that he hasn't been able to cause any damage.
Yeah, the other thing is it's about to be 19 minutes in the game and he is still on 2 bases, whereas HOTS has happily secured a 3rd, no pun intended, and the fourth base is coming up and about to finish.
Puns are part of StarCraft. The sooner people accept this, the better. But okay, Hydra's coming right into this force without the... Oh, he's got the Extended Thermal Lance, but the Colossus are in the front of the army for some reason, so they are focused down pretty quickly. Only 1 remains, but a lot of Hydra's getting charred there.
Seem quite content to just sacrifice a few of those Hydras in order to snipe those Colossus, because they're the only real threat in this force. He's got 17 Roaches backing this up to add a bit of beef to his army.
And this is the thing, Void Rays will finally come into real good effect here with the Roaches, as they just do so much damage versus armored units. I don't know, I guess the Roaches, they only have to buy enough time for the Hydrals to get in there and do damage and just soak those hits. We have a Viper coming out now too. This could be really cool to pull that Colossus, but for now, this 3rd base, it's looking quite scary.
Yeah, he's going to have to evacuate to the 4th, and that's fine. I mean, that base is up and running. Just a little bit of lost mining time. The other thing is, though, once again, this base so hard to hold for Zergs. I mean, Terrans and Protoss just get in there and you can't really challenge it.
He's setting up a flank. He's coming in from both sides.
Here it comes.
The Colossus getting targeted down immediately, goes down, and now there's nothing to deal with the Hydralisks other than Stalkers and Void Rays, which I don't think are very good at dealing with Hydralisks as we are witnessing right now.
Yeah, definitely not. The Void Rays doing a great job, but there's only so much they can do against the DPS of Hydras once the ground army has been decimated. And there's the GG from Medical.
So great hold by HAPPYzerg, man, into what is a late game attempt from Murdercore, but all in all, good game.